Hello. StreamYard is showing me that I have one bar again. Can you guys see me, hear me? Is it glitching? Oh, I should have turned the heat up. I'm terrible. I when I'm cleaning, I turn it down even lower than it's already at. It's already at 64. I turn it down to 63 so it doesn't kick on when I'm cleaning. Good. Well, hi, Leslie. It was nice to meet you. You're going on, right? Yeah, with Frank just a minute ago. So that was cool. It looks so familiar. But I feel like it may be in like real life, not. I don't think I've seen you on a channel or anything. Is this an AMA? AMA? Ask me anything. I did it. Ask me. Yeah, ask me anything. Go for it. Hey, chaotic. I'm really sad I'm not going to get to see you this weekend. Do you live in India? Yes, I do. I sure do. I live in Hendricks County. I live in Brownsburg, since everybody already knows that. Anyway, so all right. I feel you. Aficionado here. Just was concerned about what many people are saying, and they can't exactly say what it is, just that they lied, nothing more. Can you give me some some context for who lied? Yes. So everyone, Chaotic is hosting a Christmas party on the 22nd. So you better be there. Oh, and Chaotic, I tried. I leave the house for like work and just like I hate to go to the store or anything. So, but I love Oberweis eggnog. We were talking about that. The Amazon one that I ordered because I didn't want to go get the Oberweis. It was disgusting. It smells like mothballs. And I got a new one today from Dollar General that Mr. Cold Truth went to get. And it is a bit better. It's Clover Valley, I think. But yes, so be at the party. Top 5 favorite YouTube creators channels. All right. Well, in what genre? Because like I have some different genres, but I gotta say, Gray Hughes Investigates, True Crime Web, Sleuth Intuition, Frank Meister, Deb's True Crime Notebook, Chaotic. I don't have like there's like so many like Chaotic, but she doesn't ever do anything anymore. So, but whenever she does, love it. Incog, like she's not active, but like she is one of my favorite humans, along with Amy and Ivy. I wish Ivy would have a channel, or she would like decide to be my Aspen. I wish she would decide to be my Aspen. I really like Tom Webster. He is adorable. He's funny. And yes, I just saw that. You do. You decided to jump back in. And there he is. Speaking of which, I love a good, and it's driving me nuts that I don't know what case it is, but True Crime Web is looking for a specific. Did you find it? I shared it in my group, and I know other people are trying to find it, but it was so crazy when I opened the email from him. I'm like, that's my kitchen chair. Like that, I have that chair. Like, how crazy is that? And then when I got up and like went and looked, my chair was a bit different. Like it's not the exact chair and he needs the exact chair. But I was just like, but it did give me like an avenue of search. So I was putting in the search, like what was on the bottom of my chair and then like Amish, because they are known for that. Like, what's it called? Like filigree or something. What about you guys? Who's your favorite channels? You did? Oh, but looking for one closer to Indiana. So that's a clue. Clue to the case. Um, I'm working on my own channel. Awesome. But I do research for a couple books. That's awesome, Sarah Lee. I wanted to do that. That's what like I wanted to do. I wanted to let's see. Yeah, I see what you're doing there, Green Goblin. Goodbye. Carrie Owlsley. Carrie Owlsley. Okay. All right. Hey, Dustin. Um, oh, yeah. I was going to pull up the chair. Let me make sure I find it safely. Um, I can never, my finder is just a mess. Oh, see, now I can't do that. Hmm. This, this chair, if you can find it, he would sure appreciate it. Um, oh, it's driving me nuts. I did the whole like, Google image search, and apparently my chair is not very unique at all. But it's all over the place, but not this one. Not this one. It's very annoying. I want to find it. $25 per chair in Canada. Wow. Yeah, definitely Crimezilla. That would be good. But yeah. So Bolo chair. Hey, Fuzzy Bee. Hey, Crimezilla. Oh, here he comes again. And that's the thing. That's what you get. I was like bragging, like I don't get trolls very often. But I think it's because I set a setting to where they can't like comment anytime. Um, yeah, just outright ban him, block him, whatever that word's called. Hello, Chris. I don't know what happened, why you weren't showing up as a mod. I have you as a mod on my channel, but you were saying the other night that it wasn't showing up. And I did go in and check, and you are. So, hey, True Sleuth. Yeah, or somebody that's wanting to help him out. Lynn, did you ever comment about, like, you got me intrigued to want to know, but I wanted some more context. If you're still in here. Hey, James. About this comment. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, we may have. I love Zinesville. Do you know, well, did you know of or know her when she was alive? Nancy Noel. She was a good friend of our family. I used to take my daughter out to her um, farm quite a lot. Hey, Olivia. We had a Zilla troll, and oh, really? That's sad. It's real, especially when you're covering like a case that's like, so like it's about a child, and you're just like, yeah, here they are. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what a Zilla troll is, but they continue to come back. So whatever. But you're not gonna spell out words one letter at a time and like think you're slick. Like, come on, do better. Like there's like trolls, and then there's a lot of people that don't actually know what a troll is. Oh, am I? Probably because it's always late. So hope, like, are you getting them? And then I'm just like re-getting them because you've already got them. I'll stop getting. Um, yeah, Johnny gets trolled a lot with that kind of stuff. And there's like one that's you can tell it's not just like like what AI or like some kind of like bot troll. It's like a person. It's just like he just doesn't care. He's so funny. You guys should just check him out. Johnny R. Kramer. He makes me laugh. Yeah, go ahead and hit that like button, troll. Help out the algorithm. I don't even actually know if I hear other people saying that. I don't know if it actually does or not. I should do better at paying attention to analytics and algorithms and whatnot. This is not, I'm just not into it. With an alleged mental illness. Hmm. What? Oh, yeah. Like someone's like, people have been saying they get like thumbs down. I'm sure I do. I mean, there's no way I don't get thumbs down, but I don't know where you see it. Like, where are you seeing the thumbs downs? Oh, yeah. You know what's crazy? Like someone made a fake account, like what's that called? I don't even know, where they like made it look like it was like me, and it was, like basically made it look like I was accusing someone of murder or whatever. And then the person that made it ended up deleting it and then sent me a message apologizing that he had done that to me. It's like, thanks. It's like I figured out that you didn't deserve that, and I think you do good stuff. Like, okay. It was like, so I'm sorry that I did that to you. I'm like, okay, well, I do have to say, I wish you would stop doing it to my friends too. Like incog, don't do it to her. Thanks. Yeah, you see them a lot, especially with Delphi for some reason of those like people, like put like doing a channel and then I don't know, but like that's always kind of like a low key like fear that someone could do. And how would anyone know, especially in a live chat? Because it's not like you can click on, a chatter to go to the channel to verify that like it's my channel, So I could just be saying all like, I've decided to support Reno or something like that. I would never say, and just like throw everybody into like but you can't control what other people do. You just got to roll with it and know what you're going to do in any given situation, you know. Hey, Professor Pug, good to see you. We need to catch up soon. I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, that know you well enough to say you wouldn't do it and say that. So that's good. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know where Belarus is. Um, oh, Bonnie Lou. You're a freckled boy. Okay. I like the pick. It was about time. Yeah. What's Bonnie Lou from? I feel like it's from a song. Well, I guess Lynn's not gonna give any. Oh, maybe it was about the picture because I called out true crime debacle design. I think she's a horrible human being, and I stand by that. But was it about the pic? Just saying that that was a lie. I'm not gonna show it in order to prove it. So you just have to trust, me telling you that there's no horns on Abby's head and the sticks are wrong in that depiction, Other than it's just absolutely atrocious that um that would be anywhere. It's so disrespectful. Like I can't. All I can do is just all I see is like how I would feel if my child was murdered with her best friend and my child's naked body was laying in the woods with her neck sliced open and all of her showing, and someone made a sketch of it and put it online, like a realistic sketch. Like I would want to harm people. Legit, like, I can't. And then to add things to it that are not there. Yeah. To guilty. Yeah, yeah. I think that's what's gonna end up happening with Garrett Kurtz too, in the Ray Hanish case. Yeah, right, true crime lawyer. I get work, like, I've arrested thousands of apostles and argumentative trolls. Yeah, like online ones are like, huh? You're probably just like, if they only knew. Oh, it would be nice because guess what? You can't appeal a guilty plea. Like if you plead guilty that you are responsible, you can't appeal. You can appeal your sentence, but you can't appeal your own admission of guilt. So that would be fantastic. I'm just hoping with the Ray Hanish case that Kurtz doesn't agree to plead guilty, and the deal is a concurrent sentence to the one that he already has, meaning basically he gets off in 55 years. It's like, what's the point of that? Like, why even go to the trouble if you're going to give concurrent sentences? I think they should just be banned. I don't like them. Hey, Mrs. Depp, do you need some to go with you? Someone to go with you. Uh, Joe Lewis. Gosh, that guy is wild. And the I don't know. I think there's something like a serious something serious is happening. I think I might have just like from the comments. I think I took some. I'm not really familiar. All I know is like I trust Gray Hughes, and he thinks Slow Joe is terrible. So he's not going to think that unless they really are. But there was some comments that I was just like, what is going on in here? President Biden, are you okay with this? Okay, for one, um, guess what crime night showing that picture, crime design, the horrible, heinous picture. And I don't know what he's talking about. I didn't listen to it. But one of the comments was literally asking President Biden, are you okay with this? Like President Biden is watching crime night videos. Okay. Where is our government making this right? Or are the United States not going to be the United anymore? And someone says, Trump was inaugurated in January of 2017. There was some more. Joe, be careful. Okay, be careful. I worry about you and your family. If these people are even human, they are very evil and wouldn't think twice about hurting you. Please be careful. And he responds, thanks for your concern for the zombies. Wild. Just wild. There were some other ones that I was just like, what? What's this one? Sadly, Joe, these people think making their children wait for it, pass through the fire is a good thing. The Bible condemns that practice, but they are devoid of any conscience. In the light inside these people is really darkness. Oh, how dark that darkness is. Why Abby? Why Libby? Was it their name, hair or eye color, age, gender? What do these gods require for such a heinous act? The act of ritualistic, brutal slaughtering of a child. I am a Christian, and I believe the full truth about this evil involving possibly both Freemasons and Odinists will probably never be exposed unless believers fervently pray to the Lord to cause this case to explode wide open. Nothing is impossible for the Almighty Lord God. Please, everyone, make prayer for this a priority for your fellowship church. I believe it would be God's will for full exposure of the truth in this horrific slaying. It's the context for that is like mind blowing. like, there's nothing worse to me than hey, Con Jonery, how are you, man? Hey, Ivy. Then when people exploit their like to hide behind Christianity, the Bible, all of the different religions that fall under the Bible or religious anything to excuse moral depravity. I actually have some verses to share. Let me find the verse that led me down the path of finding. Because listen, I grew up, I've read the Bible. I don't even know how many times all the way through, but as an adult, I know I have intentionally read it all the way through 2 times. And I have a ton of scripture memorized from my childhood because I had dyslexia. So whether it was a chapter in a book about but we had Bible quizzes. I had to memorize the whole thing in order to pass the test. I couldn't take notes or anything like that. I just had to memorize it for the test. So whatever chapter we were on, like I had to memorize the entire thing so that I could get A's, and I did. But a lot of my teachers give me passes because I can't write, and I definitely have I think someone told me what it was called this week. I knew I was diagnosed with like 3 things when I was like 5. They sent me to special school and all these tests. So it's like mirror image dyslexia, something dys, and like a reading, something to do with like something. I don't know what that one was, but she was like, I think it's just praxia, like where you like numbers, forget it. Like I get them messed up. That's why I always do my Google. Like you notice when I do timelines, I always have the date first, which is kind of weird, but like I need it there because I can't keep all of that in order. But my teachers used to allow me to come up to the front and take my test orally afterwards, and I would always pass. Hey, Angel Bear. But this is just something that I really despise when people use the Bible to excuse their bad behavior. And here's one. Forgiveness is a choice we make. It is a decision of our will motivated by obedience to God and his command to forgive. When we forgive others, we are not saying that what they did was okay, but we are releasing them to God and letting God of it hold on us. Forgiveness does not forget, but it does set free from bitterness and judges. Romans 12:19. Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath, for it is written, it is mine to avenge, I will repay, says the Lord. Yes, agree. But when you're using it as an excuse to align with Greeno, I have some verses for that. There's a lot of them. So they're kind of, let's see. 1 Corinthians 15:13. Do not be deceived. Bad company ruins. I did, Angel Bear. I told him on Frank's. Hey, Otto. Did you guys lose me for a snuck? Snuck. I said snuck because I just read Otto Man said snuck. Did you lose me for a snuck? Yeah, Marv posted that. So make no friendships with an angry man, and with a furious man thou shalt not go, lest thou learn his ways and get a snare to thy soul. Proverbs 13:20. Whoever walks with the wise becomes wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm. Psalms 1:1. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the ways of sinners, nor sits in the seat of scoffers. How perfect is that one? Psalms 26:4 and 5. I do not sit with men of falsehood, nor do I consort with hypocrites. I hate the assembly of evildoers, and I will not sit with the wicked. So read up on your Bible and quit picking and choosing. Forgiveness is super simple. There isn't anything. And forgiveness is it's for you. Like, you forgive people for you, but you don't continue on just because that's not a yeah, Julie Melvin does that stuff. And I think it's just disgusting, and it's just disrespectful to all of the other believers that are genuine, I can spot a fake Christian a mile away. Kate Peace Mule. Who you surround yourself with affects the quality of your thoughts. You. What does forgiveness have to do with a con artist? Yeah, keep I don't know, but you're playing yourself and I can't stand it when people weaponize their beliefs onto other people. Like, I think it's disturbing, and it's not Christian like at all. Show Joe Lewis's Christianness when triggered. Really special one. There's so many to choose from, though. I'm telling you, is this the wrong one? But okay, I wanted to give a little highlight too. Oh, that's sorry, wrong one. That was a clip from Greeno's Smule.
So you know what you know what you say, what's on your mind?
Yeah.
You know what I want to think about this murder story, man? You know what? We're all gonna die one day. Nobody cares about these murders. Like nobody cares about this shit, man. You're just retarded for covering this. You know that?
Blah 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 blah. Listen,
you're retarded for covering it.
You're satanic. You're a satanic little oh mother. Don't you go back to her and stay under a little veil? Okay?
You know we're all gonna die one day.
You are a stupid little demonic creature. Go back to under your little whore mother's dress because that's where you belong. Goodbye. You see what you got to deal with, folks, right there.
The party intro? Okay. Wow. So anyone that disagrees with him is possessed by the devil? Is that what I'm picking up on here? Yikes. Yeah, this was the one that was just
like blood on the tree. Think
why not?
Would also accept me into these halls of Valhalla where you believe you'll be going because of what you've done. What about Logan? Your son Logan, right? You think Odin is accept his sacrifice if I were to sacrifice your son, Logan Holder, if I were to offer him as a sacrifice by slitting his throat. And again, walk into the halls of Valhalla having sacrificed both your kids, Pat, or however many more you have. Yeah, how would you act? Would you also be pleased with Odin? Would you be pleased with the Masonic Brotherhoods or keeping secrets? What kind of people are you? What kind of malevolent creatures are you? I wouldn't do that.
Malevolent creatures?
Even if I had every single being sacrificed just after Christmas. You Onists, you all devil worshippers like Masons are, like the Shriners are. There's nothing good about you folk. You are worshipping evil. So within your debased minds, within your evil minds, I'm still hoping that it would be okay with me or any of my friends sacrificing your loved ones to the same Odin that you.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I now hate this sound. I hate it. I know I'm going to hear something crazy if I hear that. Which makes me sad because I'm pretty sure that was in Game of Thrones? That the Halls of Valhalla is based on Viking lore. Yeah. Well, like Greek mythology, there's Norse mythology, Icelandic, Germanic, mythology, and Odin is one of many gods, just like the gods of the Greeks. Thor was like his son. Freya was his wife, equivalent to a wife. He had children, and they're all gods. And Valhalla is their heaven. Yeah. The Freemasons do not, they're not going to be covering up for the Odin. And Tom Webster, like, I love that guy because he just like makes it like he's got that dry humor. And he was like talking about the memorandum, and he was like, they kept saying Odinites, and Odinites is a mineral. Because it is a mineral. Odinite. That was precious. Oh, he is hilarious. And apparently he hates doing lives. I need to convince him to do a live with me so I can help him like get through it and like make him forget that he's on a live. I think what he hates is that he's doing them alone. Yes, it's just, yeah, and it's like, I hate that now. Yeah, did ask that, Kate. And in the chat, have you ever punched your grandma? Like, would you punch your grandma? Okay, stop being on lives with him. If you punch your grandma in the face and steal from her and knock her down, you wouldn't pretend that your relatives were dead, literally dead, in order to get sympathy and money from your subscribers. That'd be great, and like Ivy said earlier, yeah, he literally did just say that. Like, he went on a live and he cried and cried because his dad had died. His dad died in prison because he's in prison for like brutally murdering a girl. And I think he's in Kentucky, in a Kentucky prison. I don't know where he is actually, but he fled to Kentucky or something, trying to get away with it. But I mean, it's a pretty heinous crime. And it is the dad on his birth certificate. However, it is not his dad. But he got on a live and he was just crying, and my dad died, and I never got to make it, like go see him and like work through the stuff, and talk to him, and just all of this stuff. Well, come to find out, like, his dad's alive. Like, he's alive. He's still in prison, but he's alive. And then Greeno, when it's, like I said, when it's convenient for him, and the whole RA thing, it like, oh, but I thought your dad was dead, even though we all knew like his dad didn't die. Like, he didn't die. He just made all that up to get sympathy and money. And so now that it suits him for getting money, his dad's back alive miraculously. And then, he's at the same prison as RA. So thought he was dead, What happened to that? Yeah. Yeah, like, it's such a low thing to do. Just like when he wrote the judge. Remember when I read that and showed it on screen? So it's not like it's a sealed, filed, totally a court document where he wrote the judge and blamed the judge for his girlfriend wrecking her car and killing his child that she was pregnant with because the judge didn't let him out. And if the judge had to let him out, then his girlfriend and baby would be alive, So because she was so distraught that he was locked up and the judge wouldn't let him out, that it was the judge's fault that they died. His baby died and she died. And guess what? They didn't die. Still alive. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, right after he faked the Flora 911 call and blamed it on the family, blamed it on those little girls' family. That was a doozy. Chadwell, he was on the run, but people had paid him to go to the Chadwell hearing. And so he faked like he actually went and then decided to say that, crying, that he talked to the 9-year-old victim and said things that a father would never say to their own child, let alone a child that they're seeing at court, let alone the week before he literally showed didn't even edit her out, like didn't even, blur her. This little girl getting a gift from the police department took a basketball goal to this little girl and they presented it to her, and his asshole friend Chuck Bronson, who I can't stand, went and recorded it, and Greeno showed it on his live. This little girl that had just gone through hell. And y'all don't know. I mean, what happened, because he took, a plea. But what he did to that little girl, that case still like haunts me. Like he was prepared for that. And the sadistic nature of it, it's like, I hope there's some investigation to dig into other places he's been, and like just to see, because like it was really depraved. I mean, he had a room ready, he had locks ready. Hey, Rusla, what's up, dude? He had the locks ready. He had like a room, and thank God for like people paying attention. From what I heard, there was like, they're doing, street canvassing, and there was like a neighbor or maybe a friend of the family of the little girl, and like he just got a really bad feeling when Chadwell answered the door, and like they had moved on, and he's like, he was like, we have to go back. And they asked just to, because Chadwell had said, it's like, oh yeah, she came by, she wanted to pet my dog, so I let her, and then she left. And they're, like they leave, go to the next door. And there was just something told that guy, like, no, we have got to go back. And then when they're at the door again, he answers. I think they ask him if they could come in. And I can't remember if it was the guy or the police officer that noticed a padlocked door. And that's when everything changed, and they were able to save that little girl. Like, that I'm sure it was one of those still small voices. It was just like, man, something is not right here, but I have relatives at Riley, where she was taken, and although they can't violate HIPAA, I know my aunt and cousin well enough to know when they have a visceral reaction to what happened and what they saw with that poor little girl. So for him to just show her, exposing her to the public like that, and then saying that he talked to her and promised her things. That ain't right. Follow your gut feeling. Yet, folks, it ends up being wrong. It's not a big deal. But if it ends up being right, you could save a life. And I think that this was one of my theories with like why Libby recorded what she recorded. Why, this was an early on one, because growing up in small towns, like if I didn't use someone's proper, like Mr. Doctor, Pastor, I was in trouble. You did not speak disrespectfully of the president. It was President whomever. They're just thinking you just didn't respect people in authority. And while I get where, there's another side to that, and I understand, I just wonder if like, you know, they grow up in a small town too, of just like, you respect your elders, because if you don't, it's going to get back to your mama and your dad and you're going to get in trouble, you know? And like, but there was something that told Libby, like, something's not right. And, but of course, you know, they're cornered, and it's horrible. Yeah, I know, GP. He took money from you. And that's why I went to a level 12 psycho on him. So, yeah, I'm obsessed with my love for Ginger and Cheryl and Cher and Miss Dottie and Roxy. Yeah. And I'm not going to let somebody, hey, at least y'all know I keep my word. If I say I'm going to go level 12 psycho, I mean it. All right. Has anybody got any more questions? Yeah. Obstos Vasilio. That is Latin for stand or fall. But then there is a beautiful country song. You got to stand for something or you fall for anything. You got to be your own man, not a puppet on a string. Never compromise what's right. And uphold your family name. Yeah, Con. I told a gentleman named Greeno that if he stole money from the fundraiser for victims' families of murder so that they could attend the trial and try to ease some of their financial burden, because there were five suspects and 3 years of hell, and they didn't have a lot of money in the first place, you know. And I told him, if you take that money, I will go if you screw them over, if you hurt them, I will go level 12 psycho on you. And I have proceeded to do that. Hi, Rescue All the Dogs. How are you? Yeah, to get them to court. And that, you know, like, I have to take accountability in that too. Because I allowed him to manipulate me into doing the money pool instead of the GoFundMe. And then that meant he was in charge of the funds. So I do have to own that. And I did apologize to them for that, for ever thinking that he could change. Never be fooled by that again. Yeah, that is bad. Yeah, Wrestler. Yeah, and he ain't even in the true crime community, you know, and he's like, yeah, that's bad. Like, who does that, you know? Yeah, Khan's not either. And they're like, that's fucked. I'm sure it's like, damn, that's fucked up, you know, because it is. Like, and then you want to say that you're a voice for victims? What? And these are the same victims that he uses he tells them, like, I saw him do it to Cheryl and Ginger. And because Cheryl was like very leery of talking, you know, like she'd already got screwed over by Ed Bounds, where he promised her that this was going to be focused on her daughter. And then when the episode aired, her daughter wasn't the focus of it at all. And so she was really leery. And so she agreed to talk to Reno with Ginger. And he literally told them, you know, trying to relate to them, trying to get them to open up about their murdered loved one that was actually murdered. He's like, well, you know, I know what you're going through because my mom was murdered. And it's been, you know, what has driven me. And so immediately you're establishing a connection with that person based on a common, you know, tragedy. Except, you know, his mother wasn't murdered. Not murdered. She died of an overdose by choking on food. You know, there's no mystery to that. There's no that's just what happened, you know. Like, that's pretty crazy to do that. That's pretty sick in the head to you know. And like, his sister, after he did that, his sister literally like made a video like calling him out. Stop going around and telling everybody that our mother was murdered. Like, she wasn't murdered. We know what happened to her. Stop using it to manipulate your audience into feeling sorry for you. Like, that's his sister said that. And you know what? His sister is, you know, like, I don't know her personally, but like, she's really turned her life around. And I think that's amazing. I haven't been here, so I wanted to show up. Yeah, Resla is on the porch quite frequently in LA Wilkes and all those fun crowds. But yeah, he always has. I love hearing him and Black Thoughts and Tom, even though he's such an antagonist. He tries to get me every time. But they're good people. Kai, LA, love them all. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Kate. Yeah, this account. I see you over there. Oh, he does clip me. Yeah. Yeah, he calls them only Mel. Like, he's got a little grouping of shorts and cuts of me saying things because, you know, you just got to remember, like, I grew up cut off from the world. Like, my childhood was not many people. Here's what you should do. Like, this is how I grew up, minus my brother being a pedophile. My brother is amazing. But extended family, I can't say the same for. But go watch 19 Kids and Counting, the documentary. And that is how I grew up, inside a health food store. Homeschooled, dresses, no makeup, no radio, no TV, no, you had to have, if it, like, whatever the preacher preached on Sunday, you knew there was something you weren't going to be able to do the next week, you know, like watch a certain TV show or music, or, you know, everything was, you know, like, if you play the songs backwards, there's hidden death threats and the devil talking to you. And so, yeah, we could listen to gospel music, but it could only have one instrument, not two. Two was the devil's work. The devil's work. So I grew up very isolated from even the town I lived in. Like, we were not allowed to associate with, you know, anything. So the naivete, this is genuine. But LA, he's good at like getting me to say things that I don't even realize I've said. And they're funny. And if you can't laugh at yourself, like, that's sad. Same as Crazy Joe. Yeah. Yeah, my mother used to tell us, like, we were little, and she would like come home and like she'd be out, like, she'd want to like tell us what she was doing, but she was out like doing an exorcism. It's like, what? It's crazy. But yeah. Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't know that, Resla. We'll have to talk about it sometime. Yeah, it's a wild way to grow up. And then you have to do so much like deprogramming after you get out. I can remember that was what I set out to do. Like, I never understood why, like, they always say, like, you need to know your, you know, your Bible so that you can, um, and women were always wrong too, you know, like, oh my gosh, that same booklet that they had in that 19 Kids and Counting, like I had that booklet and it was, I was like, I can't believe I'm going to get an F on in this because it was just for girls. But it was literally like the titles of you had to circle images of the way women were dressed that were going to, women and girls were going to tempt men and boys, and that you should not be a stumbling block for them. And so it'd be like I don't get it. Like what? And I mean, it's not like they were wearing bathing suits or bikinis or like, you know, lingerie. They were wearing like business suits and dresses and like slack. Like, and it's like literally I got one wrong because it was the calves. She was showing her calves. Yeah. Shit you not. But yeah, so we were really, it was ground deep into your, you know, identity, that it was your responsibility and your fault if you were a stumbling block for a man to act on it or think about acting on it, you know? Yeah, kind of crazy. Yeah, it was Miranda. And hi, by the way. They say if you play a country song backwards, your roof stops leaking and your wife husband comes back and your truck is. Do you want to know my favorite song, Con? I know you're gonna love. I bet it's your favorite song too. It's probably Restless' favorite song too. Sammy Kershaw, queen of my double wide trailer. Love it. This here's the queen of my double wide trailer with the polyester curtains and the what is that red? What is it? Yeah, your fault for tempting them. It absolutely is. If you're raped, what were you wearing? Where were you at? You shouldn't have been there. Don't go there and you won't get raped. And I believed that. So that took a lot of unraveling at therapy. Oh, Bonnie Lou. I know that's a part of the song, though. I know you said it was a relative's name, but hey, collateral damage. No, yeah. Give me a double wide trailer. And the redwood deck. Oh, yeah. Sometimes she runs and I got to tell her. Her black heart and her pretty redneck. The great song. But yeah, like I'll just listen to that song when I want to just be happy. I just love it. And then that I'm in a hurry to get things done. It's like a life, like learning lesson for me song. Like I'm in a hurry to get things done, rush and rust until life's no fun. But all you really got to do and live and die. And I'm in a hurry and I don't know why. Yeah, this account. Yeah. Yeah, music is a must. My playlist is on my channel is public. Go check it out. I'm typically not an upbeat, like I like dark music. I like sad, or not sad, but just like I want music to tell me a story. I want it to have depth. Depth is, yeah, music is my psycho. Yeah. I'll tell you who is brilliant at it is Tracy Chapman. Man, she gets you. Yeah, I do too. I do tend to listen to a lot of country. I don't know. I have something he told me, my doctor told me what it was. I think he thinks that I'm autistic, but I'm like, what would be the point of getting tested? I don't think it's like, I don't know. It's just that sensory, like just like things. But with music, it's like my brain hears all the sounds separately instead of together, like as you should, as most people hear it. Like I hear all of it, like, and so all of the like tectonic or whatever you call that, like where it's like, keyboards or like sit, like what do you call, I don't even know, whatever you call it, where it's like computer. It's not like, I like the mahogany. Have you guys ever checked out the mahogany sessions music? Oh, it's a channel. But man, talk about some music to make you feel. Give me one good word. Yeah, that's a good one. Give me one. New to you, mahogany sessions. It's actually for the acoustic of it. Mahogany is like a kind of like how, I don't know if has anyone ever been to a concert at Red Rock in Colorado? Freaking badass, just because of the acoustic of it. And that's what mahogany is. So they invite like certain, I think it's like literally in some kind of like cave. But so it's the acoustic of it that makes it awesome. And then just like tons of really, indie type singers that are way overlooked. Yeah, it's definitely that kind of music you can just like chill to, just like it's not club music or like dancing music or like workout music. It's just like laying around by the fire eating soup, putting that on. No, not no. It's a sound bath. Huh? Yeah, that's what I like. Teddy Swims. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty sure my playlist is public, so you can. It's called Music Work. So we got Ben Howard, James Bay, Passenger. The Beatles, Callum Scott, more James Bay, David Foster, Prince, Purple Rain. It's 16 minutes and 37 seconds long of he is literally the best. Of like the solo guitar, like, or what is it called? I don't know. But Sinead O'Connor, rest in peace. Ditto. Oh, White Flag. That song is Freya. Freya Ridings, Lost Without You. She's at the piano. She is beautiful. And I feel like she should be the level of Taylor Swift. Allie Sherlock as well. Dave Matthews Band, Jelly Roll, Bee Gees with Celine Dion. It's my dad's favorite song, Immortality. Tracy Chapman, Baby Can I Hold You. Creedence Clearwater. Have you ever seen the rain? Oof. Chris Stapleton, Teddy Swims, Janis Joplin, Carole King, Let It Be, The Beatles. Harry Chapin. Let's see what else we got. There was one that is very Tyler Childers. I like him. Jacob Banks. Dude, that guy. Oh, he's beautiful and his voice is a beautiful. I'm saying it wrong, but Hamza. I don't want to say anything that sounds like Hamas because that's not it, but it's Hamza. Hard to Love. I resonate with that song big time. Amber Run. Leon Bridges. Oof. He sings River in a beautiful way. And he's a beautiful. Kaleo, Save Yourself. Anna Leone. Love her. Tom Walker. Louis Capaldi. Matilda. Man. Jordan Hart. Harry Styles. Eminem threw in for some flair. Tyler Farr, Brantley Gilbert, Larry Fleet, love that guy. Ambassadors, Pink Floyd, David Gilmour, Melanie Martinez, Dollhouse. Yeah. Anna DeFranco. Yeah. Gosh, I didn't realize how big Lainey Wilson. I like her. Miranda Lambert. Gosh, I have quite a long playlist. I could listen to that for like 2 days. Yeesh. Oh yeah, I'm definitely an Upchurch fan. He makes me cry for him. I like Melody Martinez because she just blunt about some of her songs, and like Dollhouse and some of the other ones, like, yeah, that whole places get in your places, you know, just the whole like living a facade. I think we see a lot of that with Facebook or fake book, as I like to call it, of like, you know, life is a delusion. And like, there's kids that have to grow. Oh, Ryan Upchurch? Oh, I thought you were talking about the real Upchurch. You're talking about that guy on YouTube that's nuts? No, but who's the actually famous Upchurch? Or am I thinking of someone else? Luke Combs. We're all upset over it. Eric Church. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. Did I say Upchurch? Yeah, no, I don't like him. Ella King. Ooh, yeah. Oh, okay. I'll check that out. Kyra. Aw, thank you. Thank you, Purple Puddles, for the super sir. Cairo. Love to see you keeping on old Greeno and his scams. Also, I love Ben Howard. Me too. You got to check out Ziggy Alberts. I will be adding that. Ziggy Alberts. Well, thank you, Cairo. Oh, you did? I bet that was so badass. Um, I always forget his freaking name, and he's got like he is mega talented. And I don't think people realize how talented he is as a singer, a songwriter, and a pianist. He's in a band. Gosh darn it. Shit. He was on one of those like music. I think it might have been the one with Christina Aguilera where they like beep, you know, like it's like a contest for like singers. You know what I'm talking about? Stevie Nicks, yes. But yeah, through that mahogany sessions, I found a lot of and Allie Sherlock. Like I also love to just like on a Saturday when either at work, you know, like because it's usually like low key, but Allie Sherlock does street performance. I believe it's in gosh, I want to say Denmark. Um, but this girl can freaking sing. And it's like her and her dad, they go out and her voice is phenomenal. Yeah, cool. Anybody know who I'm talking about? No, it's not Eric Church. I think that Ryan Up is that the one that Byrne after reading exposes the guy that's like singer-ish, but that he like decided to get into true Ella King, yes, get into true crime, and he's like a complete disaster of a human being. No. Eh. Like, do I have him in my playlist? Is that it? Did I read it off? There's no way. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is not in my playlist. So no need to be mad at me. Have you heard that song from Larry Fleet, Where I Find God? Oof. Yeah, there's no up church um in my music work list. Yeah, Adele. I like Adele. And I always liked Colby Callier's voice and Jewel. When I had blonde hair, which is what I had for the first 18 years of my life, like I'm not blonde haired, but like the Sun version of blonde, you know. People used to say I looked like Jewel. I think it's just because I have the same crooked tooth she has. But I also the Cabbage Patch face. And then I got a ton of, when I had blonde hair, I got a ton of Phoebe Buffay. Lisa Kudrow. And then Pam Tillis and some comedian. Two comedians actually. The one that was the main actress in Bridesmaids, and then someone on SNL. Everybody, like strangers, would be like, "Oh my gosh, you look like little." I don't remember her name. Yeah, Phoebe. Smelly cat, smelly cat. And I think that Phoebe was more just like that was like my personality, you know, like it was just kind of that weird, like went through this like weird phase of just, yeah, smelly cat. Yeah, I can show you pictures. Actually, I think I literally just got, hold on. I'm gonna get. I was trying to go through these the other night, and so they were like right in there. But then I knocked over a bunch of clothes, and yeah. Oh, great. All right. I don't know if you'll be able to see it really well. Oh, apparently you can't get it out. Can you see it? I don't know where the camera is. Blonde hair. I did have it. There's like a closer up one where it is. Where is it? It was like super close, so you'd be able to see it better. I don't really want to show him. You do? That was you. I know, right? Yeah, that was me. Oh, I used to have my hair like all of the craziest ways, like literally nuts. Hot pink, like literally, like went through that phase. That was totally not a good look at all. I went to Vegas like that, thinking I wouldn't stand out. Yeah, I stood out like a sore thumb. Oh, Lord. I haven't looked at these in a while. I don't have a lot of clothes on in that one. Yikes. It was on the beach, so there's that. I was trying to find the girls get a kick out of it because, like, no matter the occasion, my hair was always something different, like completely. It's like out of the norm. But yeah, it was very blonde. Oh, it's blonde in that one too. It's the one I was looking for. Yeah, I wore my hair like this for the majority of the time. Like super short. Oh, it's not focusing. Why won't it focus? Is it blurry? That's weird that it won't like focus on the picture. I had a tongue ring. I don't know where that album is. I have an album that is like me, like just wild, like my really wild phase. Yeah, I've had this one for the longest because it's just like what my hair does. No. Yeah, it wasn't like focusing. Oh yeah, I like Tanya Tucker too. We're trying to find this one in here. I don't know. My mom may have like took it out, but and it's not like really of me. She did. Dang it. But my friend Joseph, who was, oh, not in his platforms, he was like 6'4" or 6'5". And his hair was huge. A black guy. And his hair was huge and it was always like colored like amazing. And he wore a I'm like, Joseph, you have to sit on the edge. Like you have to sit like where I see you. And really just to like, because he was the one that like really helped me to like learn about the world. Like he knew that I was ignorant and naive, and like he just allowed me to ask questions, you know, and just like because I'd been so I was cut off. I when I went to work there, like that was my first interaction with like the secular world. Hey, Arrow. So like he really just kind of let me, and so but so he knew the significance of like him being there as you know like the way that I grew up, and just like it for me it was like just a statement of like y'all are wrong, you know. He's like he's still to this day like he's an amazing person, and I'm forever grateful, and I don't even think he knows how much he impacted my life, you know. But so he shows up to my wedding in this, let's see if I can get it right, independent, fundamental, Bible believing Baptist church, King James Version only. And he wore platforms. His hair was huge, hot pink, and ombre down, you know, to like, so like all of the pink colors, like ombre. And he had on a blouse, a white, beautiful blouse with frills and everything, and tight leather pants. It was poetic justice. But it looks like my mom, because he was right there, like everybody saw him. And I was just so thankful that like he was there, and he knew that I didn't subscribe to this anymore. I guarantee she told that person. Some of these are missing, and I don't know why. Oh my gosh, look at my brother. Talk about a little Eminem. That's my brother and sister. Like, I don't know why it's blurring, but he looked just like Eminem. And she looked just like me. Except she's 8 years younger, so that sucks as you get older and you see what you look like 8 years ago. Well, she's not 9 years actually. So that was always kind of a bummer. Yeah, and it was kind of like one of those weird things too, where like my dad, whenever, you know, which I loved about him, you didn't just get to say stuff, you know, like you got to know, like he would always ask, like, why are you going to stand on that? No matter what you said, you know, you had to know like what you were going to, like, if you're going to say something, you know, like know why you're saying it and say it from a place of education. And, because if you don't know what you stand for, then you know you fall for anything, and that's why, you know, that tattoo, the Opsos Facio was important to me. I swear there was like a closer one up of my hair being all blonde. It makes me sad though because my nephew's in here. Uh, you never think on, you know, like those days that the little boy, you know, was going to end up falling into a life of drugs, you know, just killed him. The girls don't like my dress though. What do you guys think of it? I mean, it's me. Like, I don't like to be dressy, but like, I think it's pretty cool. It had long sleeves, so that was all I cared about. I don't get why this like expensive ass camera is not showing the pictures. So they get all blurry. Uh, 1999. I should have grabbed, I don't know why it was right underneath that one. I should have grabbed my, I will, because it's a weird story. Yeah, like literally blonde hair through my entire. I thought these came out. But it's still the same style, really. Like that's one of my senior pictures. Yeah, it was a good dress. Some cheap floozy. But yeah, I had blonde hair for a really long time. If you notice how black my eyebrows still are, they've always been jet black. I don't know why. Like, if you really think about like remember these books, like they don't, I mean, my daughter's was all digitized and like on a computer, but like these were like, this is what you got, you know, this like weird book thing. This is 1996. Okay. So Mr. Cold Truth, we had it like when I moved in with him here, and he was a single until 30 when I came along. I think we met like right before we both turned 30. And he had, let's see, He had Biggie and Tupac on the walls in a house that was painted. Every room was painted a shade of blue. We had Biggie and Tupac, and then we had the Gotti family on the wall, and then a bunch of pictures of like him and like him and his family. Like his mom had put them all up. Why is your house decorated with pictures of you? Like that's weird. And I don't like pictures like that. I don't want anybody looking like in the eyes, or all the pictures I have are just like looking elsewhere. And so it was like, this is not gonna work out. Like we're gonna need some real like artwork and stuff. Like it's time to grow up. So he agreed and compromised with me that they would go in the garage. I'm like, that's fine. Because I do like Biggie and Tupac. But so I went to work and I came home, and this was jammed up in like to a place where he knew I couldn't reach it. And then he took the ladder to work, and it was like we have shelves above our windows, like in the living room. So this was like literally jammed, wedged in between the wall and the shelf, just set out. And then he got into my mom's, like my mom kept stuff. I'm not a keepsakey person, but she like kept a tote of me, like a me tote. And so he took those pictures out and like taped them all over the house. Like, so I was all over the house when I got home from work. And I'm like, you mother forker. I was like, well, you wanted new decor, so I put some stuff up on the walls. I was like, oh, you better get that ladder here right now. And I'm like trying to like hit it down with the broom, and it's so wedged I can't get it. And I'm just getting madder and madder that this thing is up there because I wanted to actually decorate that day. And I've got these stupid pictures that I spent half the day taking down for his practical joke. But yeah. So yeah, he put those all over the house. All over. I was all like literally, there was pictures of me in the bathroom. There was pictures of me in, I opened up the, what's that called? Linen closet. Like, yeah, where you keep your towels and shit. And on the door, like when I opened it, there's a picture of me looking like he went all out. Like, yeah, he's something else. It was, yeah, he took the ladder. He literally took the ladder so I couldn't get up there and get it down. Yeah. He has a book. He has this like it's like he gets inspired, and so our whole relationship, he has this like book that I have to monitor because I'm like, what is in the book? Like, what is he gonna try to do? Because he's like a huge child at heart, and so he would like I would like sneak and like look at his sketches and like what are his plans. Like one time he decided he's afraid of birds, so he is on a mission to get rid of all the trees that I love. And like, so I didn't catch this one, and this is why I started checking the book. He cut down a tree in our backyard because he wanted to make a sculpture out of it to make it look like our Dobie, our dog. Doberman. He was a Doberman. And I wake up, it's like 5 in the fucking morning, and I wake up to a chainsaw, and I'm like, what in the hell is going on? And I hear things falling, and I'm just like, who is doing this? Like, so mad. And I go to the kitchen and I look out and there he is. Cut the tree down, and he's making a sculpture that ended up looking nothing like our dog. It looked like a bat. I don't even know, like something with giant ears, a fox. Like, and I'm like, that's terrible. just cut it down. And he was like, no, I think it's great. Like, okay. So I let that one go. So we had that, which people constantly asked about. And so the girls had mentioned just at dinner, that they wanted to try out skateboarding. Cool. That's cool. He went balls out. They went to the north side to some like pro skateboarding shop. He got these two little girls, like literally, like I think Taya may have been 9, 10. So Mare was 7, and he spent at least 1,000 on the skateboards and the protective gear, because he's all about that, which that's good. And so they get all this stuff, for something that they don't even know. They just wanted to try it out. Like a Walmart skateboard would have been sufficient, but oh no. And he got a skateboard too. So they had mastered going on flat asphalt, and they had mastered that. Like they were getting good at it. They were enjoying it. And like I said, I have to check the inspo book. And I go out there and I open it to the page from the night before, and he's got a half pipe off of our roof of the back of our house. He's drawn the schematics for it. Like, is it a half pipe or pike? I don't know. But the ramp thing off the roof. And I'm like, okay, this is too far. You've gotten too excited. And so I'm like, babe, what is this? He was like, oh, it's totally safe because I'm going to build. And he is he can build. He's very skilled. He built an entire playhouse. Because why? Yeah, I know. And he's like, oh, but I'm going to make stairs with railing. And then on this portion is going to be railed off for getting to the pipe. And I'm like, Dave, that's all fine and good. Thanks for thinking of safety there. But like when these two little girls that just learned how to ride skateboard on flat land go off of the roof on your pipe, like that's not going to be safe. Like we're not going to. He's like, well, I mean, they're going to get better and then they can do. No, we're not going to have a half pipe off the roof. Like what? Another one was a pond. He's an excavator as a part of his job. So he wanted to turn the part of our backyard into a pond. It's like, no. And then he built a playhouse. The girls wanted a playhouse. So he said, yeah, he's in, like he's all in it, like, and he is going to build a badass playhouse, but the town has rules. And so that was upsetting for him, because he wanted it to be something like Rapunzel's tower is what he ended up building. But the town did not have a height limit on their like regulations for backyard dwelling buildings. And so that thing was to the T, all of the, requirements of the town of Brownsburg, right? But they didn't have a height. And so literally he's building this thing and it has a like, what's that under your house when it's not on a concrete slab? I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? Like, so it's already 3 feet up and then it has a deck. And then the playhouse is 2 stories. 2 stories high. It's taller than our house. And the town kept sending out like representatives to try to like argue with him and tell him he can't have it and he needs to take it down, that it's against like the town's policies on, you know, like backyard buildings. And he's like, nope, it's not. And he would like, he had it ready. He had like the coordinate, these like a ordinance and court, whatever, ready to go. So he knew that they were not going to be able to get him on anything. He was a stickler for it. And so they had to let us keep it because because they didn't have a height regulation. So this thing is literally like a lookout for the whole freaking neighborhood. We could see into Avon. Like we could see fireworks in Avon. Like it is, oh yeah, a tiny tall tower home. But yeah, I mean, it's a 8-foot ceiling so it's, you know, a 3-foot crawl space. So, you know, like a 2.5, 3 feet crawl space, the deck, the first floor, which is the standard, like, you know, it's got to be at least like 8-foot ceilings, like a huge room, windows, doors, like he went all out. It's got a porch with a railing, you know, and then it has a second floor, which is where it gets like, it's like 26 feet high from the deck. I'll have to show you guys a picture of it sometime. And so, yeah. And so we get his dad's girlfriend works at town hall. And she calls me one day and she's like, guess what I just attended? Like, what? She was like, well, we had to have a town meeting with the manager and like all of this so that we could change the bylaws of the town of Brownsburg to put a height limit on structures because of your man. And I was like, oh my gosh. So, but we get to keep ours because it was before they made the rules. But yeah. Oh, they loved it. They could go up there and like tail like this boy across the street, like 2 streets over, and she had a crush on him. And she was like, I could go up there and see him from our house. And I'm like, don't do that. That's creepy. She's like, but mom, I can see him. I'm like, yeah, but let's not watch the neighbors. I'd be like, hey, go up there and look and see if the park's crowded today. Oh man. Yeah. But then they were out there one night having a slumber party, and he was actually gonna run electricity to it when I started doing the podcast stuff. And like they're, you know, they don't need to play house anymore, they're grown, but like put so that I could podcast out there. I'm like, I want a Miyagi deck to it then. Just saying. So, but I think we're going to tear it down. So, they will never forget it. Yeah, they won't. A spy playhouse. Yeah. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they were pretty proud of that. And then, you know, those things that people rent for like their kids' parties. He bought one. So we had that in the backyard. He loved it. I think he might have loved it more than the kids. And then it was like, ooh, look at this one. It's a water slide one. So we had one of those. And I'm talking like the blow ups that you rent, not like the ones like freaking huge. So yeah, they love that. But that's just good dad stuff. And when good dads are big kids. You know, and that there's a song about like, thank you for being the dad you didn't have to be, you know. But yeah. And Greeno don't know who he's messing with when he's poking the bear with Nick. He doesn't know. He doesn't get it. But you want me to go up there and take pictures of the neighborhood? Oh my gosh, could you imagine if there was like a murder, like something happened like in a half a mile radius of my house? I could be up there doing play-by-plays of like the investigation and the search warrants and everything. Oh. Hi, buddy. Are you going to come say hi? You want to come say hi to everybody? Come on. Are you trying to force me to go to bed? Come on. Whoa. Come on. Come on. Come on. Say hi. Where's Mayo? You see crazy dog. Come on, buddy. Come on. You know how to get up here. Come here. No. Monster. Just a new place to lay. Ooh, so pretty. Look at that split face. Good night. Collateral damage. Yeah, I need to go to bed too. I can't sleep. Like I've been going through that cycle again where I can't sleep. So I was up. Yeah, that is Chase Monster. He is a special guy. I could go on for days on him. He's got some issues. Anybody ever seen 50 First Dates? That's my dog. It's like he doesn't have like there's just a lot wrong with him. But he's ours. You know, you don't give up on your kids. Even though his food is more expensive than ours every month. Like we spend more money on this dog than we do our own selves. Like his food and stuff it's a lot more expensive than the food that for us. It's crazy. And he's just like, because he has like really like can't remember what it's called, but basically like his brain is underdeveloped and he's not able to like retain. He can, if we have a really strict like schedule, he's okay. But as soon as something outlier comes into his life, he cannot like handle it. So he is a serial killer. He is a rapist. He is a deadbeat. He will not get up before 2. Don't even try it. He will give you the dirtiest looks. And he is a forever puppy because like he's full grown, but he's, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's a special guy, aren't you? He thinks he's a cat too. It's like a total identity crisis. Because he was like surrendered before he was even born. So it was like a husky and her puppies and like a cat and her kittens. And so he was in the same pen with them, obviously not like, so I think that he thought he was a kitten instead, because when we got him, that it's exactly what he acted like. He wanted to ride around on your shoulders. He wanted to jump up on the hat. We had to take the half wall down so he didn't kill himself. You know, he tried to climb trees. Like he was just like, he'll trip you. If you're walking by him, he'll put a paw out and just trip you and watch you fall. He don't care. But yeah, so, but then he had Doe. And so Doe was like, I mean, I can't even describe to you in a few words how amazing Doe was. And so Monster just mimicked Doe's behavior. So we didn't know that Monster had all of these issues until after Doe died. And then so we didn't realize that everything that Monster was doing was just because he was mimicking what Doe was doing. And Doe was nudging him and encourage him to do, and he would keep him in line. Like we could go on walks. He stayed right next to him. He was obedient, just like Doe. And then when Doe died, it was literally like when we got home by 11, we'd realized that he hadn't taken a drink of water all day. And it was like, what's going on? Oh, what is it? Do you have something to say? Do you want to? Am I talking about you? No. Say, stop that. What? What are you looking at? I see you. You gonna get me? Huh? He's so funny. But yeah, so he was only able to mimic Doe's behavior. And so we literally had to go over in order to get him to drink water. We had to go over and make that lapping sound in the bowl so that he would come and eat. Same thing with food. We had to be Doe. And then he didn't know how to go outside. So we had to, literally everything. It was crazy. I felt so bad for not knowing that Doe had to do all that work for all those years, I know. He is so cute. What are you talking about, Anastasia? What is this big fighting deal? Bjork? Who's Bjork? You want to come fight? She wants to fight. Anastasia wants to fight. What are you going to say about it? How did Greeno meet his wife? He ain't got no wife. What are you talking about? Cool name, though. Anastasia. I love it. Yeah, I may not be able to fight, but I can shoot. No, I didn't leave it up this account. Are you kidding? Yeah, I know who Bjork is, but why? What is? Oh, music. She's asking if I liked it. Yeah, I know you don't. He was very sad, but it was more than that. The more, we realized that and then we were like, should we get another dog for him? But we can't take him. I won't buy a dog. I won't get a dog from a breeder. So we're going to rescue. But the problem with that is the rescues want you to bring your dog there to meet, which I get, but that's not with this guy and his issues. That's impossible. It's not going to go well. Like, they may take him from us, like the vet, like when we go to the vet, it's so much unnecessary drama. Like, we have to go in the door that they take the dogs that are getting ready to be put down. So we have to go in the back secret door because of him. And like I said, as long as we're in his environment and he does well, but outside of that, he's not well. The syndromes and like his birth defects really come on out and show. But so getting an older dog that could be his doe to like help him through life just seems cruel to do to the, because, and he has no like space, like he would just lay on top of doe. He would try to like burrow inside of him. Yeah, they're expensive. We love our vet and they do a really good job. So we just have to go in the back door. They know they have to like have extra people and, especially when Doe, it was kind of worse when Doe was alive because he did not want them touching his friend and he would try to kill them, like just flat out, like, and it's like, we trained Doe. He was perfect. He didn't need a leash. He didn't, like, he was like very, very well trained. And we worked with him because Dobies are working dogs, and he had a lot of jobs that he just came prepared to do, but yeah, this guy just, what do you do when I feel bad for him and now he's got diabetes. But I know what he's doing right now. He's trying to get me to go to bed. Aren't you? Come up here and say goodnight. Come here. Can you make a path? Oh, you love paper. Come up here and say goodnight. Say goodnight to everybody. Say goodnight. Look how pretty he is. Show this to Mayo. Make Mayo come over here and see this pretty guy. Look at him. He's so precious, aren't you? He's just so goofy. Yeah, I know. When you think like he's bulldog pit bull mix. But like I said, he has a syndrome. So there's a missing part of the back of his head here. And so like from the front, give me your face. Give me your face. Can you give me a paw? Oh my gosh. Give me a paw. Paw? No, that's not what that paw. Come on. Come on. We've been working. Paw. Oh, Burke? No. When Doe was alive, he can do all those little tricks. Where are you going to go? I know. And like where LA, we were on a live with LA and Mayo. Oh my gosh. It was I laughed so hard. But like I'll say it, this is the only male. He's go to LA's shorts. He's clipped it. He's made a short out of it, but like he has on capri pants, like the black coating on his butt It looks like little capris, which I call in, how is that spelled? Knickers, like they're knickers, like that, like that's a clothing. And so it looks like he's got these on, and then he's got like his coconut bra on the top. And like they heard me say that and they just like died laughing. And I was like, what? Like, what did I say? I didn't say anything. And then Mayo was like, so you mean to tell me that your dog is a raping serial killer racist who is a deadbeat and he's got diabetes and he can't retain knowledge? Like, yeah, thank you, this account. But it sounds like something else. And so that's what they were dying laughing about. But yeah. But we can't do anything. Like we can't like leave him with anybody, because the older he gets, the like more, and it's not his fault, but the more aggressive he will get. Like I've already noticed it when I have to cut his nails. Like I'm gonna have to start. Yeah, well, when you put it that way, Mayo, like, yeah, it was hilarious the way Mayo said it. It was so great. But yeah, we did like a whole hour and a half long live about this guy. He is going to be 6. No, wait. Yeah, 6. He'll be 6 in like April. Yeah, I will. And it's not, and that's the thing. It's like, it's not his fault. It's, it's something, it's a neurological. He was the only one in the litter, and so I want Nico so bad. You have no idea. Nick does too. We were talking about the Christmas party. He was like, if I go with you, do you think they'll just let me take Nico for a walk? And I'm like, I'm sure they will. He was like, because I'd really want to go if I could do that. It was just like, I could take him for a ride. Like we could just go out and just like hang out with Nico. Like, I'll check. He was like, even if it's just the backyard, but I think it would be really cool to just kind of like just be with him for the night. Cats make me happy. I am highly allergic. Like I would have to go into hospitalize or on a ventilator. That's how allergic. And I have to be careful with where I go if they have cats. Like I can't stay long. I can't touch things. I have to wash my hands a lot and take Benadryl. But I love cats. And the thing is like I had a cat when I was younger. And like I said, I was like really isolated as a kid, And so when my brother was too young to like play, for us to play together, I was by myself. And I had this cat named Flippy. It was a gray cat. And my mom, they let me keep him, and because he was just kind of a stray, so I saved my money and I got it. He got him to the vet and like got him all good, and then like he was literally my best friend. I talked to him, and he slept in bed with me. He would follow me everywhere. I could put him on a leash and take him for walks, and we did everything together. He was awesome. And then we were outside, and which we had done the same day, because when you're homeschooled and just at home all day, you have the same day over and over again. And like, we just didn't like, it was just like, I don't know what made him do it this day, but he just darted out onto 267 and he got hit by a car and he died. And then I have been allergic to cats ever since. Yes, Flippy really did exist. I was just talking to mom and dad about him. because they didn't like animals. I just think it's weird that I had a cat that was obviously like, he slept with me. He went everywhere with me. And then I wasn't allergic to him at all. My face didn't swell up. My throat didn't close off. Like, I had a cat for a long time. And then afterwards, highly allergic. Maybe it's like a traumatic response. Maybe they should study that. It's like a traumatic response to losing the love of your life. At that time in my life, he was all I had, you know? So it's like, maybe it was just like a traumatic response, or Flippy being like, I'm your only one, you know? Like, no more cats for you. Yeah, no bands with, hey, K-Piece Mule. No bands with 2 instruments. Absolutely not. If it was a piano, that's all you could have. If it was guitar, only guitar. Yeah. I just think it's like, I don't know, like, and I guess to be fair, like, I don't know. I do know I had relatives. No, the next cat that I remember, but see, cats love me too. Like, they always want to come and be on me, and I can't. And then I feel like so bad because I love animals. Like, I literally put spiders outside. Like, that guy makes it really hard for me sometimes because he is a serial killer, and it like breaks my heart. Like, I usually go out and manage his backyard time. Like, I can't. I just don't, like, spiders have a right to live. We had spiders. It wasn't our pet, but like, we had a spider, like I think it was the same spider, and it would come back to our we used to have a sliding glass door to the deck, and that spider would make the most intricate, beautiful web, and like, we loved it. So like, our spider little friend, and he would like, her web was just absolutely beautiful. And so it was like, no, like, the spider, but where it was, you could still open the slider. So Nick was the really one that had to like duck under it, because I'm like, do not disturb that web. And then we could watch her from the window when she was catching like flies and stuff and eating them. Yeah, love that spider. I wish she would come back, but now we got a different door, so it doesn't work, so she can't be there anymore. Doe raised bunnies. He raised bunnies. Yeah, he's over it. And snakes. I love snakes. Snakes are the best neck massage. Well, it sounds weird, but like, the way that their body moves, it's just like literally massage. Yeah, I don't know that I would care for Australian spiders. There's a lot of little bit more deadly ones. Yeah, see, I want a snake, but um and there's a lot of snakes that you can rescue, But I think because what we're in the process of doing is taking this room, which is my youngest daughter's, and we're moving it because my oldest daughter moved out. So we're going to move her room into the other room, which we're totally tearing apart, replacing all the carpet in all the rooms, painting them. Our bedroom's done except for the carpet. So she's moving over there, and then this will be my room. So I think that since I have my own room, I can have my own snake in here. And then I can go live and I can be the crazy snake lady who has a snake crawling on me while I do true crime, keeping my anxiety down. Because they really do help me with, like, same as like horses. Like, horses are my center. But like snakes do the same thing for me. Like, they help calm me down. What do I have on the wall? Oh, that. Yeah, that's my daughter's decor. This is her room. So right now it's set up for, like, it's all her presents are piled up on the bed. But yeah, she's got tapestry, which I really like. Oh, that doesn't work, does it? It was shown in the other ones. But yeah, you got a cute room. There's another one. I guess the kids are like really into these things. I don't know. But you're like, what is that? Oh no. What have I done? Oh, I was like, what door is that? Oh my gosh. This thing. I don't know how to work it. But yeah. Yeah, she wants to change the vibe up in the other room, which it is just getting new carpet is kind of difficult. Like, where are we gonna, because obviously you want to get it all installed at the same time, but we've got a king size bed, 2 full size beds, so 3 huge desks, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dressers and nightstands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nightstand. Like, what do you do? Like, where do you put all of that while you get the carpet? Like, I don't know. It's stressing me out. Rent a pod for a week? Rent a pod. Why have I not thought of that? This account, you're a genius. My bedroom is white on white. It's all white. Like, I love it. There's like a gold round pillow and a velvety green, and then like a taupe blanket and but the furniture is mahogany. It's antique. It's his grandparents and his grandpa, like, he made it. And so, like, that's the color in the room, really. Chaotic calls me something about farmy. I'm like, farmy, like a farmhouse, something. Okay, buddy. He said I gotta go. Yeah. I don't know if I could do all black. I don't know. I like the white though. But it's bright. Just a bright room. Farmhouse chic. Say monster. Monster. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you having trouble? Do you need to go outside? Yeah. Okay. That's what he needs. All right. Bye, guys. Good catching up with you. Glad we just kind of got to relax and chill and talk and, I will. Hey, Johnny. Great live, Mrs. Cold Truth. Oh, Johnny, kept saying, he was like, Mel in that black dress. And I was like, what is he talking about? So I finally figured it out. Like my it's a turtleneck, Johnny. I'm wearing a black turtleneck. I don't wear dresses. I do have a black dress, but like it's for funerals. But it is a black turtleneck I'm wearing in my picture. All right, he came back, so I gotta go. Bye, Otto. Thanks for sending me the fun groups this week. I love it. I was telling him about my daughter. We'll have to get into that another night. I got a ton of funny stories about her. Good Lord. All right. Peace, guys. Have a great week.